All right, thanks a lot, Fred.
When an adopted child reconnects with a birth parent, one of the first questions may be, why did you give me up?
For one Sioux City woman who was adopted after a failed abortion attempt, her search centered around the question, why didn't you want me at all?
Channel 9 Eyewitness News anchor Brandy Becker has her story. Brandy?
To this day, Melissa Ohden says she'll never get past the abortion attempt made on her life. It's just a part of who she is. But coming to terms with who she is means finding out where she came from. Little did she know, her search would take her right down the street. When she was just 14 years old, Melissa Ohden found out she was never meant to live. At 5 months along, Melissa's birth mother underwent what's called a saline abortion.
The purpose of that is to scald the fetus to death.
Amazingly, she survived and lived to tell about it.
My lungs breathed in and my tiny mouth swallowed that toxic saline solution.
Now she travels the globe, speaking to groups as a pro-life advocate.
Weighing a mere 2 pounds, 14 ounces.
And it was the truth about her birth that pushed her to find her birth parents. It took 11 years before Melissa got the first piece of her puzzle, medical records that described word for word the failed abortion.
It's one thing to hear about something, but it's another thing to literally read your life on paper like that.
It was then that she first saw the names of her parents. And through an online search, she found that her birth father also lived in Sioux City. So Melissa went for a drive.
I did drive past his house, and I drove past where he worked, and just to see, after all those years of searching, curiosity was just really killing me.
But not enough to face him just yet. Instead, armed with information, Melissa wrote her father a letter.
Just wanted to let him know that I was alive and that I was happy and I was healthy.
Not knowing what to expect, sadly, she never got a response. Then one day, another online search produced heartbreaking results.
My heart just sank when I clicked on the link. It wasn't just a normal article in the journal, it was actually his obituary.
An unforeseen end to her search that in reality was just beginning.
There were answers that were going to go unspoken, things left unsaid.
While grieving the loss of a father she never knew, she made another unexpected connection to her past. She got a letter from her grandfather.
He made it clear, too, that she never told anyone about me or about the abortion attempt.
Her grandfather went on to say they'd waited for years for Melissa to contact them. But what he wouldn't tell her was the one thing she wanted the most.
He did let me know that he wouldn't tell me where my mother is, and again, I can respect that.
In the meantime, Melissa's life was turning a new corner.
I gave birth to my first child.
A moment that would normally produce only joy and excitement for Melissa also came with a dark cloud that brought her right back to her painful beginning.
Our daughter, Olivia, was born on April 26th of this past year at the very same hospital where my mother had the abortion attempt.
About 2 months later, Melissa got a knock on the door. She didn't get there in time, but she did find a note from her father's parents.
When they had cleaned out my biological father's office after his death, they had actually found the letter that I had sent him.
An unexpected discovery from her father's death that's now helping her turn the page on a new chapter in her life. Melissa says when the time is right, her new grandparents will introduce her to the rest of the family. In the meantime, she's working to educate women about the resources available to them when they become pregnant.
Very powerful story. All right, thank you very much, Brandy.
And the story that is not yet over by a long shot. Well, if you'd like more information about Melissa's organization or how to start a search for your birth parents, log on to our website, kcautv.com.
The South